Hi Virgo, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, excuse me, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the week ahead has in store for you. The destiny card for Virgo for the week ahead is the Hanged Man, right? Interesting, because another earth sign got this card in this same position. This is asking you to surrender. This is about you figuring out what it is that you can let up, what it is that you can really find release in this week. So whenever I see the Hanged Man, it's a card of waiting, patience and stillness. This is where things just slow down, much like the world climate at this moment in time. You may very well be feeling this a lot, and this week the Hanged Man kind of comes along to say to you, what is it that you can surrender? What is it that you can release? Where is it that you can let whatever it is that you are feeling, let it go, let it wash past you, over you, but not through you, right? There's a way to get through things, and letting them wash through you is not the way. So it's not our way anyway. Not that I'm a Virgo, but you know what I mean. As a destiny card as well, because this is a card of spirituality, it often asks you to take a moment, to take a pause, to take a beat, to ask yourself, what is the deeper lesson here? What is the, and you know, this is happening for everybody in some way, shape or form. But for you as a destiny card, it means that this week, things may very well be very slow. And rather than panic, rather than get into that sort of fear mode, this is asking you to just take a moment to ask yourself, what is it that I can truly learn from this moment? What is it that actually maybe my soul or the spirit or the universe has been trying to tell me that I haven't had time, space or energy to hear? To give it some context, you have the Queen of Wands, a fire sign person. This could be a Leo, a Sagittarius or an Aries. Now, the thing about the Queen of Wands is, especially as an experience, this is about reaffirming your boundaries. Interesting, because one of the more challenging aspects of the Hanged Man could be where you're being a bit of a martyr, and not necessarily in the great sense, right? You know, where you die for a cause. This can be in the sense of, you know, maybe letting somebody walk all over you, or maybe letting somebody manipulate you in some way, shape or form. The Queen of Wands is about boundaries. This is that point at which you say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm going to firm things up or shore things up so that you don't cross over my line, whatever that line may be. The other thing is with your Queen of Wands, so as a fire sign person, this is someone that's vibrant, feisty, dynamic. Maybe the thing is as well with the fire signs, they're not very subtle. Okay, there's nothing subtle about fire. It just is, you know, what you see is what you get, which, you know, me being me, is actually a great energy. I really like that. There's no subtlety there though. And this week you might be pulled or pushed into a situation where there isn't any way round. Now this is interesting, right? So letting stuff happen around, wash over, but not go through you, but you finding the courage to go through it, like whatever that might be. And you know, this is about you finding the courage this week to go through. You might be pulled or pushed into a situation where you have to call something like you see it. And the thing is, Virgos are, I've always said this, Virgos are actually marvelously kind. People don't give them enough credit for that attribute of themselves or their energy. But this week, it may be that you have to check someone or some situation and put this person in their place. Now, you know, very often, you know, it's not, nobody likes to be on the receiving end of that. But if it is something that you feel where, you know, somebody is stepping on your toes, or they've kind of been doing something for long enough and you're at a position now where you kind of need to say, look, you know what, enough is enough. This is the time for you to speak that truth. It's the time for you to stand up and effectively stand up for yourself. right? So whatever boundaries you need to set, whatever lines you need to draw, this is the week for you to do so. Your insight card is the 7 of Cups. Okay, so behind the scenes there might be some confusion, right? And it's interesting because it looks like there's a part of you that's like, oh, you know, everybody's feeling this at the moment, and so, you know, maybe that's why this person is behaving this way. But it does appear, well, it doesn't appear, it feels to me like whoever this person is, and it's almost like you've figured out, you know, straight away who I'm talking about. So Virgo, you know, for the sun, moon or rising, you know who this person is. And the feeling that I get from this is there's a part of you that's trying to rationalize it and say, oh, it's not personal, you know, this is how they are, but actually the feeling that I get is it is personal. And, you know, nobody has the right to do that. No matter what we're feeling at this moment in time, you don't have the right to badger somebody else or to push somebody else or try to push their buttons. And I feel like somebody is trying to do this to you. That's the feeling that I get from it. It's like they're almost like not forcing you to do something, but whatever it is that they're doing is very much directed at you. So you might be telling yourself or rationalizing it like, oh, you know, it's not personal, but actually it is personal. And it really is. This is the week. It's high time that you stood up to this person and said to them, look, you know what, I understand where you're at the moment, but this can't continue. And I'm letting you know that it's not going to continue from here on in. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week, as best as you can. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.